Shalom, shalom. Ready? Shalom, shalom. Real Hebrew Israelites coming week in, week out to prophesy the downfall of America and this society. We're going to start out giving all praise and glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to our apostles and elders and GMS and brothers that sincerely doing this work. And a few sisters that are listening and learning and being obedient to their husband. We back on once again, Monday class lesson. And as you see as the title, Esau has a perpetual hatred for us. And I had gave homework to brothers, brothers had to get a little on point with it. I'm still gonna rebuke y'all as they getting it together. But most of the brothers watched the movie called Just Mercy, and it's based on a true story of how these Edomites will do you and put you on death row for shit you didn't even do. Right. And there's a lot of jakes on death row that they have not did anything to be worthy of that. And then they got them waiting. So it's a torment in the mind as well, because now you waiting 20, 30 years if you're going to die now. Yeah. So that's a torment in the mind in itself, because you like, damn, these motherfuckers basically got me on a ticking clock. And I don't know when I'm going to die, and I'm still alive in this hell, so I'm still suffering in hell and here, and then soon I'm going to get put to death. So I got to worry about two things, and it's out of order, but we'll get to that. I got a video I want to play. So I got a video I wanted to play of this comedian, and he be telling some truth sometimes. I'm going to let it play.
I love every black person in this country to get $1 million check and 100 acres of land. Absolutely. Are they owed that amount? 100%, if not more. Black people who would get that, it would bankrupt the whole country.
For the people that built the country to make you their fucking money. All of a sudden now you worried about being bankrupt when you spend trillions of dollars on defense, trillions of dollars on unnecessary, trillions of dollars to send black men, especially to jail, trillions of dollars to drug the fuck up our whole country, trillions of dollars to fuck the food up, to fuck the air up, to fuck the water up, trillions of dollars to make people sicker and sicker and sicker and sicker in this country, but you mad? We don't have the money because plain and motherfucking simple, you do not like black people. It is very obvious. For hundreds of years, we've been the most hated. Within that hatred comes the hypocrisy of loving our culture. You've made trillions off of our motherfucking culture. White musicians, all of them, have made money off of black fucking culture. All of rock, all of jazz, all the shit we created from the oppression, which is in itself. The oppression and the fucking abuse and the rape and the putting down of us, we create blues, jazz, rock and roll, reggae, ska. We invent all of that shit. And to top it off, we invent all the mod that you all use. From the video game cartridge, Henry Lawson. We got the pacemaker, Otis Boykin. We have the Dr. Bath, who created the laser eye surgery. We have Dr. Gladys, who's still alive, who's almost 80 years old, who created GPS. We have the guy who created the algorithm for Instagram, who's a 21-year-old Ghanaian kid. We've done all this shit. Then the internet was discovered by a Nigerian guy in the 80s. Like, we've done all of this innovation, even though we've been shit on and continue to be shit on every motherfucking day, right? Because nobody wants us to live anywhere. Nobody wants us to have this unless we're playing sports for them athletically or sexually satisfying. All black people are good for. We're supposed to be at people's beck and fucking call when they want us to entertain them or make them some kind of money. But if we ask for being autonomously wealthy on our own, being autonomously having our own shit, all of a sudden everybody pitches everybody has a fucking hissy fit. You don't want us in your neighborhood. You don't want us in your schools. You don't want us doing anything. But then when we say, hey, okay, that's cool, because Muhammad Ali said, hey, man, I think we should have our own state. I don't want to live amongst you. Like, well, why not? You don't want us around. You're segregating everything. And then as soon as we want to go, white people start panicking. We don't want to be around you, so you can call us We're tired of white cops shooting us. We're tired of this pissing contest that these white cops have because they're afraid of black dicks for some reason. Because most of this shit, black dick envy. We're tired of that. So what about this? Why don't we just give us what you owe us and we can go on and do our own shit? But no, they don't want that. White folks especially hate autonomous black happiness. They do not like when we are by ourselves doing our own shit. They cannot stand that. They don't even like us in a group. Whites always got to have their hand in our shit. And if they're not part of it, then we're back to being spoons and spades and all of a sudden. Sorry for the interruption, everybody. Guess what? I'm shooting my hour special.
Oh, yeah, man. All the things that comedian was saying, Hey man, this is how these Edomites feel about us any goddamn way. They hate us. You know, we do all of this for them, like he said, the jails and all that. That's why it's good y'all in that spirit. You know that y'all watch that movie because that just shows you this. Everything he was saying true. We do all this for them, but then when Jake decide, like, man, let's get the fuck away from them, let's do our own thing. It's a problem still in itself. You gotta preach it.
Come. This Exodus chapter 7 and verse 13. And he hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hearkened not unto them, as Yahweh had said. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hardened, he refuseth to let the people go. All right? And that's what that brother was talking about on that video, man. You know, these Edomites will say they don't want you around them, they don't want you here, they don't want you there. But then when Jake decide, okay, y'all don't want us here, that's cool. We don't have a problem with that. We just want to go and do our own thing. It's a fucking problem with these devils, man. And Jake has tried that already. That's something that he didn't mention in that little video. Maybe he mentioned it later, but in that clip, he didn't mention that. Jake has built towns all over this country, and a vast majority of them got destroyed either by military power. It's one town in Georgia that they rerouted a river and flooded it, and now Edomites go and they go wakeboarding and wake surfing on top of a bunch of dead Jakes. And if you go under the lake, you can see the fucking village under there. You know? And countless shit, man. Over here in Bronzeville.
Was it Black Wall Street in Chicago, that strip? Then you tried Tulsa, Oklahoma. You had Rosewood, Florida. All those happened in the 1920 and 21. All those things happened during that time, you know, where, hey, these motherfucking Edomites, hey, Jake was living good by themselves. And those are just a few stories that you hear of. Jake was living good and being on his own and doing well with little or nothing. And guess what? The Edomites got pissed off. And all because what? And one of them, it was supposed to be because a so-called black man raped a white woman. The other one was
that's always.
You know, the 18-year-old dude was supposed to whistle at a 17, or he started her. Yeah. And all that shit happened. You know, those are the things, man. That's what this damn devil, man, has done throughout his whole life, man. Always a liar, deceitful. But the moment something happens, the moment Jake get on his own, the moment Jake doing something for himself, just like the brother was saying, these devils can't stand it. Mm-hmm. They need us. As a matter of fact, without us, this motherfucking country and all this goddamn world would be worthless.
I got you right here. This Jeremiah 10 and 16, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name. See, these devils know that Jake builds everything, Jake creates everything, and quiet is kept. All this shit that people use in their daily lives, all these machines and daily conveniences, was all created by a Jake. Whether he look like he's so-called black or he don't. All right? Because an example of a Jake that don't look black that created some shit we use every day is Nikola Tesla. And they frauded him out of everything, man. Mm-hmm. Damn, yeah. But all these lights and all this electricity that we got, that he created to be for free, these devils defrauded that man and took his process, and now this devil charging everybody, man. But he created it for it to be free for everybody. You know? And go ahead.
No, finish up your thing. I don't want you to.
No, but these devils, man, they understand that they need us to be here for their society to work, man. But they also got that perpetual hatred, like in the title of the lesson. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
That's the thing. Our iniquity had an end, man. Hey, when slavery ended, all that stuff ended, guess what? Guess what y'all did? Y'all came with something else, that emancipation. Y'all came with those, y'all developed, what is 1800s? Y'all came with the police officers. Y'all came with the Jim Crow era. All the Jim Crow laws. Unrighteous decrees. And guess what? Y'all couldn't satisfy with us just being on our own. Y'all had to come up with some other shit, but you got it.
Yeah, y'all came with the Jim Crow laws, mass incarceration, motherfucker, everything imaginable you could do to Jake to let him know he was still in captivity and slavery. You devils have done. So how dare you ever say, goddammit, you didn't do it, that was your father. You niggas are living off the same blood that your father has done. Everything that we built up here in America, all the institutions, everything that you're working in, all your fucking banks, all your colleges, all the fucking land that you got illegally or from Gad, you niggas are still benefiting from that.
Right.
The farmlands, you niggas have not been able to do shit but live off of the rape, rob, and murder that you've done for the Israelites for generations. So how dare you niggas try to say, that was your forefathers. Nigga, that's your ass too.
You are your forefathers.
You are your
Hey,
forefathers.
You are your forefathers, and on top of that, the foundation of everything you doing is built on that. So even if you weren't your forefathers, which you are,
Exactly.
but even if you weren't, you built your whole situation is built on the foundation of rape, rob, and murder.
Yeah, the generational wealth that you get.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Get Micah 2.
I got it.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on, let him get this.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
So these devils practice all of these things that's wicked. It's in the power of their hand to do because they got us in foreign captivity right now. So the Lord gave this man power. See, he ain't gained it on his own, which he trying to act like he did. The Most High gave you the power. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? If you don't know who the devil is by now, you out of your mind. Because we understand who covered the faces of the true judges. We understand what this devil had did. And we understand that the earth was given to him. And he got the power right now. So what he going to do? He's going to erase everything that's right. Keep going.
Verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. They oppress you. This is what they do. They rob you from everything. Your heritage, taking your heritage away. They don't care about nothing. They like, man, we stripping them. We taking the whole person. But if you get Exodus 21, what's that? Exodus 21:26. Somebody grab that one. If you steal it from me.
This is Exodus chapter 21 and verse 26. Hold on, I don't think this is the one you want.
It's in Exodus 21.
Let me just select it. You say you want if a man find a man in his hand?
Yeah, if you, yep. It's in Exodus 21.
21:16.
You got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead and read it.
It's Exodus 21:16. It says, and he that stealeth the man and selleth him, if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
Exactly, and you're going to be put to death because we still in your damn hands to this day. You stole us, you stole our heritage, everything. You literally just took everything from us. And then you get mad when we want to try to make a living on our own. We can't have nothing. It's a problem because all y'all want to do is have power over us for the rest of our lives and think because you know that we the ones that make the world go round. Think about it. If you kill all the Israelites off this world wouldn't be shit, man.
It'll be in the Stone Age.
It'll be,
anyway.
everything will fall apart here if it wasn't for Jake.
That's right.
How you think your food get cooked? You got Izakar in the kitchen.
Right.
You got Bunyumyan and the jerk spots making good food for you in there. Cause y'all take a portion of their money just cause they got their own restaurant. Y'all coming to collect check.
Yeah.
You know?
We brought it out earlier today. We subject to payments here, man, which proves that you in captivity. You think you so-called own your house, don't pay that property tax. Even if your house and mortgage or whatever is paid off, don't pay that property tax. See what they come.
Yeah,
to.
they could take it. But this Edomite female came down and said that if you if you bury one of your relatives in your backyard, that house cannot be now it's not marked for tax. They can't tax on that land no more because now you got a relative there. It is considered a morgue. So now you can get out of paying property taxes. And she said this on video. I got a video I'm gonna do on that. You know. So Esau is the damn devil. So if I bury one of my relatives, I don't have to pay for this property taxes no more because they buried back here. Now you cannot take this land. This is my land, and they knew that. That's why they just changed it up and started building fucking cemeteries. And now you spending more money to get Esau the damn devil. This is where the cemetery shit got put up because they knew if you buried one of your relatives on your land, they can't take your shit no more. Yeah, he the devil. So he found a way to make more money by building a cemetery. Now you paying for a fucking casket and all this. When people used to just put them in like a wooden box and bury their families in their backyard, and then they couldn't even tax on your shit no more because that's where your relatives at. And now you can put all your relatives there because what would it be? Like a sepulcher. Because remember in the scriptures it talks about the sepulcher when you put only your family members there. So they don't want you to have that. So they found a way to trick a nigga, let them bury them in the cemetery. Now we can still take your shit, and on top of that, we making more money off the funerals because now we get
that shit costs like $50,000. And them plots expensive as fuck too, man. Then you want to have your plots, they wicked because you want to have your people next to each other in the cemetery. Right? Yep. So they'll charge you. They. It's more expensive to be able to do that than it is to just, okay, he right here, he on the other side, he on the other side. That shit is wicked as fuck. Yeah. I ain't even know that. Yeah. And they probably make it more difficult for you to get your people out of the morgue to take them to bury them in your yard. Yeah.
They do make it difficult for you, but it's not a law against it. So if you decide you want to do that, they can't come against you to do that. And then you can keep your land. Or you won't have to pay property taxes no more. Property taxes will be completely eliminated after that. And Esau knew that. That's why he did that. It's always trickery with this devil to try to keep you in a hole. But when Jake find out shit, they get mad. So let's say we found out that we do that. Everybody do that and go own the house. They'll find another way to try to fucking attack your house.
I got you right here. This Sirach 2:10. Let us oppress, or not Sirach, Wisdom of Solomon 2:10. Salakia. Let us oppress the poor, righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Exactly. They're gonna find another way to like, hey, we gonna just do it our way then. Who cares? Who cares about the law? They don't even follow their own laws that they have.
Yeah. We really live in a lawless society. And the reason we live in a lawless society is because even though they have laws on the books for appearance, if those laws aren't upheld 100% all the way through, then the society don't really got no laws. Mm-hmm. Because certain people can do things, and in that movie it shows you, what them police did to Jamie Foxx's character and burying all that evidence, harassing the Edomite to make him lie. They should have got locked up for that shit. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know how the story went after, because they don't go into that in the movie, but if them devils that hid all that evidence and made that dude commit perjury because they threatened to kill him don't go to jail for that, then that's exactly what I'm saying. Laws are not, it's really no real laws here. It's just shit that the people that's in charge make the people that's weak do.
Yeah, something for you real quick. This is Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frame mischief by law? And they frame mischief by law, man. Everything they do, here it is, what is it? Just like the brother was sitting up and saying, those guys should have went to jail for tampering and doing all this other stuff. But guess what? They'll sit up here and come up with another law to sit up here and get these guys off. They'll sit up here and come up with all sorts of laws to sit up here like the brother was talking about with burying your kin folks in the yard. They'll come up with something else. We'll sit up here and say, well, it's eminent domain. Or they'll do other things to sit up here and try to, because when you use eminent domain, that means that sit up here and give them the right that if they're building something, they can take your property if they want you to build over it, or build around it, or build through it. That's what these damn devils do, man.
Yeah, they're finding give you what they want to give you for.
Yeah, they'll give you what they want to give you for. Now, they might come with a reasonable offer in the first moment, but if you fight it, they coming harder. They coming worse. And that's what these damn devils do, man.
Can I back you up? This is the book of Isaiah 42:22. It says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none said restore. And when I was doing a lesson on this, I just basically said this reminded me of that Central Park 5 case that happened several years ago of these 5 Israelite young boys that ultimately got accused of sexually assaulting a white woman. You know, in the movie, what they said, Jamie Foxx's character, you know, was accused of killing a white teenage girl, man. Because ultimately what happens is, you know, Esau uses the system to ultimately oppress Jake, man. You know, different things of that nature. You know, Esau uses the system for his benefits to ultimately to keep Jake oppressed. You know?
You know, and damn well, it wasn't even, I think it was an Edomite that,
it's always, that's what it always is.
It was an Edomite that put her to death. It wasn't even Jake, but they trying to cover it up to try to make the Edomite vindicate. And he like, man, I'm just passing through. I ain't, shit. But it was that sun down. Once that sun went down, he got caught up in it, you know? And that's how these Edomite, that's why we tell Jace when you traveling, make sure the gas station is right off the expressway. When you go to the gas station, don't get off and then the gas station
You
1,
drive
2
5
miles,
miles,
and then you don't know where the hell what town you in. Then some Edomite swoop up on you, do some bullshit. You don't know. So it's good to when you traveling, you always go to the gas station right off the expressway. And if you know your gas kind of low, do it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Don't wait. Don't get that gas. Get it right off the expressway, and then continue traveling on your travels, because you don't want to get caught up in these sundown towns, man.
You have a lot of them in Illinois.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say, don't think shit's sweet because you're not in the so-called South.
You have a lot of
Right.
them.
Indiana, the worst fucking racist state, and it's not in the South.
Right.
You know, and anywhere in America, these motherfucking devils are wicked, man. The only place that Jake is really concentrated at, for the most part, is these major cities. Anything outside of that, man, is not, you know, I'm not saying be scared or be afraid, but like the brother said, man, get off the E-way where you can just get off the exit in the gas station right there. You gas up, you get right back on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because these devils are wicked, and shit, all they gotta do is, like in the movies, you know, he had sex with a white woman. Let's throw the fucking key away.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what did that dude say? And I think it was in the movie Sentence, and I don't want to go on that, but what did he sit up here and say? He said, dude sit up here and had that money. And what did that guy say? They said that he killed a white woman and raped her.
That's all they gotta do.
And they hung his ass right there and there and took the money that he had.
Yeah.
You know? But that's what these damn devils will do, man. That's what they
I got
do.
a script for that.
Yeah.
This song, did you finish that, Yaya? What you had?
Ezekiel?
Yeah.
No. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, and verse 5 again. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sit thou hast not hated blood, and even blood shall pursue thee. So, God, the Lord finna pay vengeance back on these people, man. All these Edomites. What nation hasn't partaken in Israel's, hasn't spoiled Israel, man?
That's right.
So all these nations, all these wicked Edomites, whatever you is, man. If you're not a part of the elect, the Lord coming back for that ass.
That's right. That's right.
And the perpetual, forever.
Forever.
Even when Yahweh Shai come back and deliver us, these devils still gonna hate us. They just not gonna be able to do shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's Psalms 10 and 8. He sitteth in lurking places of the villages, in secret places doth he murder the innocent, like the brothers was going into. Esau's always plotting. He's always around. You know what I mean? Just he can't sleep unless he calls something to stone. This is what the devil
Somebody
does.
grab it.
It says his eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And that's what we was talking about, them set those traps. You know what I mean? Like you said, you know, he ain't got nobody else to persecute but us. You know what I mean? And the Lord's going to make him pay bitterly for that. We can't wait double for what this devil has done. He croucheth and humbleth himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. Who are the strong ones? You know, he uses motherfucking these centurions. These military police. You know, and like Elder's always going to, was that Issachar get it first and Judah gets it the worst. This devil has always been fucking us up bad. And you motherfuckers still rolling to him. The scripture say never trust our enemy. And you niggas still hanging out with this motherfucker. He is, you know, the scripture says he's wicked. He's born estranged from the womb. This motherfucker is just foul. And there's no helping this devil. Point blank, period.
That's right. You got that, you said?
Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away
unless they cause something to fall.
Exactly, man. They can't even go to, like you said, they can't even go to sleep unless they cause something to fall. These devils got to figure out a way to put you in the trick bag, you know? And you devils, man, y'all got a rude awakening, man. You got, Revelations 13:10 is coming to you. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. He is the patient and the faith of the saints. Jeremiah 30:16. All that devour thee should be devoured. All thy adversaries, every one of them should go into captivity. And they that give for a prey shall be, they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And they that preyed upon thee will I give for a prey. So, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to get you devils for all of this. And you other nations that help. And you 2/3 niggas that want to join in, you're going to be destroyed. Simple as that. Ain't no getting away. You can't run and hide no more. You know, we understand how you devils operate and all the bullshit y'all put us through and destroying our people. These movies are coming out for a reason on your red ass, because it's showing you that you got a track record, and your track record is not going to get buried and swept under the rug. The Lord is exposing your ass. Somebody hold Lamentations 4:21.
Got it.
Oh, you got that? Yeah, okay, go ahead and read it.
It's Lamentations 4:20. Breath of our nostrils, the anointing.
No, you said 4:20. 4:21.
4:21. All right, Con, it's 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked.
Exactly, man. You gonna get made naked. You being exposed, and you might as well just rejoice and have fun, because your time is almost up. Do all the drugs you want to do.
Man.
You know,
Facts.
pop all the young little boys you want to pop.
Facts.
You know, all the little girls, all your Epstein Islands, whatever you want to do, you might as well just go ahead, live it up, and be the wicked devil ever that you want to be. Snort all the coke, all the opium. You know,
wrongfully accuse all the niggas you want, man, because it's about to be time where it's not gonna happen no more.
Exactly. Just be a damn devil. Go ahead.
It's verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
So yeah, our captivity is about to be up. We ain't about to be going through this no more.
That's right.
This gonna be an end to this forever. It ain't for eternity. We never gonna go through no damn captivity. We're gonna be ruling the earth for eternity.
That's right.
And that's just what's gonna happen. We're gonna have power. There's nothing you're gonna be able to do about it. And your skins have been discovered. You know, you are being made naked now. You can't hide. Esau, somebody get Esau have been made bare. And then we're gonna be wrapping up in a minute. Get that.
Man, actually, I had it. Here it is. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not.
Exactly, man. The Lord have made this devil bare, man. And he's been, this devil has been spoiled now. So it's nothing that he can do to hide and cover this up no more. You can't make up, lies to your media anymore. Your media, which goes back to medium, which is brain control. You want to try to control people's minds. It's not happening no more. Everybody is not falling for the okie doke no more. Especially us. We ain't ignorant of Satan's devices. Because we understand your devices. So you ain't using your medium to mess up the minds of our people and pollute it anymore. At least the elect. It's not happening to us, because we got our minds brainwashed, which is washing means the cleansing of the mind to get all the pollutions off, all the wickedness, and we understand truth. That's why it's good to look up words. A lot of people don't understand words have a power into it, so you have to look up this stuff. So, these people are polluted. They don't want you to be brainwashed, because they know it's cleaning your mind from pollution. These people are polluted and gone in La La Land, and Esau know how to use his democracy, which is demon rule.
I got one back you on the tongue.
Okay,
It's the book of Amos 1:11.
Oh, damn.
It says, "Thus saith Yahweh, it says, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with a sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And we were just talking about the movie or whatnot, but another known case is, I know Jake probably remember this case. It was a boy named George Stanley Jr., you know, the youngest Jake to ever be exterminated in the U.S.
Yeah,
What Esau actually did, because Esau basically, you know, this how, you know, much mockery Esau did. They basically put the Bible under this young boy to ultimately execute him in an electric chair. You know, similar situation, you know, ultimately they accused, I believe he was like 10, 12 years old or something like that. They ultimately accused this young boy, they ultimately ended up putting him to death. It's like the early 1900s. But ultimately it says what? It says, and did cast off all pity, his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever, right? Going back to Ezekiel 35, Yahya, you know, read earlier. And going back to the top, it says, thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressors of Edom, for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because we're living in the time where ultimately Esau Edom is getting that payback, man. And I believe the elder brother Matthias quoted that Jeremiah 30. You know, all that devoured these shall be devoured. Every one of them shall go into captivity. And that's what we're seeing right now, man. Curses coming upon our enemies, and what? How about Shemal Shai is visiting our enemies, man.
I appreciate it.
We're gonna be wrapping up soon. What you had that the precept I called for? You said
Jeremiah 49.
yeah.
I actually just read it.
You made Esau bear?
Esau made bear.
Yeah, I just read it.
You
Want me to
read
read it? You want me to read it again?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can read it again real quick. I guess Jake was moving fast.
This is Jeremiah 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not.
So he can't hide no more. This devil is spoiled. He can't hide. He can't escape. There's nothing he could do to try to act like he ain't the devil.
This is Sirach chapter 42 and 24. All things are double one against another, and he hath made nothing imperfect. All right, so, you know, these devils are the instrument of the Lord, and they're carrying out judgment on Jake, basically. You know, so just because these devils have wrongfully accused these Jakes of doing things according to their laws, we also got to remember that, you know, we got debts to pay, man. You know, certain of these Jakes ask for Barabbas instead of Yahweh Shai, and that's why they're getting dealt with the way they're getting dealt with. Now, you know, the Lord is merciful and is still going to allow us to judge these devils and possess these devils, even though they're being used to, you know, punish us. But, you know, at the same time, a lot of these Jakes that's getting that shit was wicked, man.
Hey, I just want to make that point. That dude that you was talking about was George Stinney. He was 14 years old.
Yeah.
He was executed in 1944 on June 16th for killing 2 white girls. He was a 14-year-old boy, and he was nowhere around. You ought to see how small this dude is. And they had to put a booster seat under the electric chair just to boost him up so he can get killed.
Yeah. And he was 14, so was he younger than Emmett Till?
He was younger than Emmett. Well, they might have been
Emmett Till got killed by the criminals, though.
He's the youngest Jake to ever be executed.
Yeah. 13.
Yeah, Emmett Till, I think, was 13 or 14 just as well.
Okay.
But that wasn't like a death penalty. That was like just street frontier justice.
Okay, but
they just bagged him up.
Okay, but so then Emmett Till was the youngest to get put to death. He was the first one to get executed in a chair.
Yeah, on with the law.
So-called with the law.
Yeah.
It was just they a gang any goddamn way. So you've been killing fucking Jakes in the U.S. soil before that. That's just what's documented. You fucking devils been killing babies, chopping them out of this woman's stomach and stomping the baby.
Yeah, that's right.
So nah, man, you ain't that. Fuck that. When Esau ain't getting no pass, he been killing children before that. That's bullshit. That's only what's documented.
Yeah, he forwarded the affliction, so he's got to pay for that.
And this is even just a witness against you fuckers. You know? This is a witness against you fuckers for what you've done. Putting a goddamn Bible under him so he can boost him up so the goddamn thing could go on his head. You fucking wicked ass, evil ass pieces of shit.
Yeah, man. Sure. You got something real quick?
It's Obadiah. You just want to go something else?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's Obadiah 1 and 10. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Because you forward the affliction. So, you know what I mean? You motherfuckers, regardless of what you thought was going on, You niggas went above and beyond what the Lord told you to do. So you got to suffer the most brutal and the harshest shit ever. Slavery for 1,000 years is exterminated, eradicated. You know what I mean?
Cut off forever.
Cut off forever. It says in the day thou stoodest on the other side, and the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into the gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. You have never changed. Even though you are still your enemy against Jacob. This is what you do. Any motherfucker that come against us, you right there with them. You know what I mean? You the leader of this shit. You know, it says, but thou should not have looked upon, it says, but thou should not have looked on the day of thy brother, and the day he became a stranger, neither should thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither should thou have spoken proudly in the day of their distress. And you motherfuckers have not changed your song. You're singing the same shit. You still marching around, all this other wicked shit that you do, as if the Lord is not monitoring your ass, watching, and you every idle word, every wicked thought, every wicked deed, you motherfuckers are going to suffer brutally for it. It says, thou shouldst not have entered to the gate of thy people in the day of their calamity, yea, thou should not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. You motherfuckers got a lot to pay for. You know, the Lord got a laundry list. You know, he ain't forgot nothing. You know, you niggas think y'all got away with it, but y'all through. It says, neither should thou have stood in a crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither should thou have delivered up those that did remain in the day of their distress. So the Lord is outlining all of the wicked atrocities you've done then as well as you're doing now. Every lynching, every murder, every rape, every motherfucking child you fed to the animals, every child you threw over there, every weird ass experiment you did to Jacob, you're gonna pay. You know that Isaiah 33:1. Everything that you've done, you're gonna suffer for that. You know, you're gonna get that double destruction, and you're gonna pay back everything you've done. And this is what you devils are afraid of. But you're not gonna escape your punishment. We got punished because our transgression. How much more you niggas? The Lord is all about balance.
That's right.
So we suffer. You know, we better transgress. You know, our indignation because we sin against our power. But you motherfuckers for the affliction, so you're gonna suffer worse.
That's right.
You got to live.
Yeah, Isaiah 33:1. Who got that?
Says Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, then thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Fine, man. So the Lord about to get that vengeance and that payback to you devils. And it's over with. He gonna read his. We gonna end on that his precept. So that everybody got a precept in.
I got one.
You got one.
Yeah. You know, just
I know everybody just about read.
Turn the camera. So Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. It says, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that she also reap." All right, just to touch on the point y'all brothers already going into. You know, hey, Esau, he ain't getting away with nothing. All right, you know, hey, the Lord, hey, the scripture says, man, as thy sins have reached up to the heaven, man. All right, you know, hey, the Lord has been counting all the things that Esau have done, you know, since the beginning, man. All right, you know, and definitely since, you know, he's gotten to rulership, you know, dealing, you know, from what 1400s on to now, man. All right, you know what you call it, the rebirth, the Renaissance period, man. Right, you know, from when he basically did the transatlantic slave trade, man, the triangular slave trade, man, all the way till now, man. Even going back to, you know, the past empires, the Babylonian, you know, the Grecian kingdom, all these different, you know, the Romans, right? All these different kingdoms, man. Right? Hey, the Lord has never forgot anything that, you know, you Edomites have done, man. All right, and now you're gonna pay for in these last days, man. Right?
Go ahead. We're gonna end it on his precept. Go ahead and read it.
Psalms 21:11. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform.
Exactly, man. You go and break it down if you want.
Go ahead.
They so basically, man, these devils, man, all of the wickedness that they try to do, trying to be mischief, it's not gonna work, man. How about Shemal Shah is gonna take these devils out the way, man? for all the evil attempts that they had. You know, your evil attempts is not going to work against the sons of Jacob, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The elect, to be exact, because the elect is going to get the hell up out of this judgment that's about to come, and the rest of you people, y'all going to be destroyed. You know, hey, you 2/3, hey, oh well, bye-bye. If y'all wanted to join in with them, oh well, it is what it is. But hey, you Edomites, y'all got something coming for y'all for this perpetual hatred that you have against us. So with that, we're going to give all praise and glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
all the apostles and elders, GMS and brothers that sincerely doing this work. And a few sisters that are listening and learning and being obedient to their husband. Keep pushing and doing the work. Shalom, Barakathum, and Abba Abba.
Abba, Abba.